All right, let's get to the phones at 617-830-4750. Lots of people with much to say today. Let's start with our caller from the 408 area code. Who's calling today from 408?
Hi, David.
Yeah, that's you.
Hi, David. This is Spook. I'm a staunch Democrat from California.
Great.
Going into the 2020 election, I have a concern that I've been debating with my friends, and I just wanted to know your thoughts on it.
Sure. What's the concern?
I have some coworkers who are, Trump supporters, and I'm concerned about both the enthusiasm, energy, and voter turnout of Democratic voters. I know that Hillary, she had the same demographic voters that Barack Obama did. It's just not enough. It was less. And speaking from personal experience, I have family members and friends who, they're not regular voters, but they did come out to vote for President Obama both times. When it came to Hillary, they just weren't excited by her. Some of them thought that she was going to win anyway. Some of them, they just weren't as excited. So some of them didn't come out to vote for her. And I'm concerned that will want a Democratic candidate that could, energize the voters. I'm not seeing that right now in the field. So I'm just wondering about your thoughts.
Well, I think the issue is bigger than the field right now. I mean, I don't know that right now we can say, listen, in all of the head-to-head hypothetical matchups, basically every Democrat who has a shot at winning the nomination is doing well against Trump at the national level. But remember, Hillary had more than enough votes to defeat Trump at the national level in the popular vote. The problem was because of 77,000 votes or 72,000 votes in 3 states, she lost the Electoral College, which of course is what matters. I mean, we've got an Electoral College election. I'm not pretending like that doesn't matter. So I think that every year we always hear similar storylines. Whoever can get out the vote is going to win. This year, the millennials and the young people who weren't old enough to vote last time, they're really going to come out for X or Y candidate, and that will be the difference maker. And in the end, it's like the trends are always the same, which is that the Electoral College favors Republicans over Democrats at a systemic level, that young people don't end up really voting that much, and the most reliable voters are the older folks who have been voting for a really long time. So I share with you the skepticism about voter turnout, but for me, it's not so much connected to any particular candidate. It's a much more general thing. I just think a lot of the enthusiasm that started when Donald Trump was elected and inaugurated has faded, partially because people have become numb to the insanity, partially because of what's called scandal fatigue, and partially because of normalization. So I share your concerns, but for me, it's much more overarching than about will Kamala Harris versus Bernie versus Biden get people to come out and vote.
I know right now a lot of the candidates, Democratic candidates, are talking about policy and such, and that's sort of on an intellectual level. I know that a lot of voters and a lot of people, they vote. It's kind of a popularity contest. They vote based upon their feelings, how they feel about a certain candidate. Some of the Trump supporters, they said that, they don't care about the lies. They don't care about all the scandals. What's important is the way that Trump made his voter feel.
Right.
Trump made his voters feel that they are on a winning team. They're on Team America, trying to make America great again against these enemies or these opponents that are like fake news, the immigrants, etc. And I wonder about, Barack Obama, he made people, they don't really remember all his policies or what he says, but he made people feel hopeful for change. He made them feel cool. And that's why they were excited. Even my family members who don't normally vote, they came out because President Barack Obama, he made them feel great. Yeah. So right now I'm worried that we're talking so much about intellectual things, about policies and such. I mean, I'm wondering if the candidate knows to focus on how to make voters feel, positive and good and to come out and vote.
Super important. I take issue with the idea that talking about policy is like this over intellectualizing esoterics thing. I think it is important, but I think the key is to mix the two things you're saying. I think candidates should be able to talk about policy in a way that will directly relate and connect emotionally to the voter in a way that is important to them. Very important points. I really appreciate the call, and I hope to hear from you again. And I share the concern about voter enthusiasm. No question about it.